These are Larch pine cones. Wow, that worked nice. I did try to place the pine cones in the sides so that it would be as even as possible, so we have a nice uniform look all the way around the bowl. Time to put this on the lathe. I mixed this differently. The first time I did this, I mixed it with a drill, and when I poured it, it was white because it was so full of air bubbles. This time I mixed it with a stick, and when I poured it, it was clear. So I'm going to just take off the pine cones off the top here and start just to see how this is going to cut. Right off the bat, I can tell you she's cutting a whole lot easier. It was like glass when I was cutting the last time. So you can see all the stuff starting to show up. That's what you're supposed to get. So I learned something. Do not put too much air bubbles in it, because what it does is it makes it extremely fragile. I'm going to show you that the actual color of the pour was white, like milk. This one, when I poured it and stirred it with a paint stick, and when I poured it, it was clear. Now I got to put a tenon on the inside and round the outside. The plastic bowl I used, I got from Dollar General. I mean, it's like, why spend any more than that? This is pretty round. Turn my speed up just a little bit. I'm going to go to my scraper and clean this all up. I got my speed at about 1,000 RPM. I'm liking it. That needs to be sanded, and that's done. But I'm going to start out at 120 and see how she does. We only got to go to 240 because we put a top coat on all this after we get all done. And that top coat absolutely takes the scratches and they disappear. We're going to put a recess on the bottom of the bowl, and it's going to be a finished recess. So I'm going to dip it in just a little bit, so it's going to be sitting out here on the tabletop. Right now she's sitting right out here on the top. That's where it's going to sit on the table. Got a little bit of a dip. What I'm going to do is sand this up and then flip it around and take the inside out. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean out the inside. I'm going to take the tenon off of it and clear this out. Give it a little bit of roundness to it, make it a little less sharp, but the outside is already sanded up to 240. I'm going to use my bottom feeder to take the tenon out. I'm going to sand this up, and then I have to put a top coat on. All right, I'm using super clear tabletop epoxy for the top coat for my bowl. I used the liquid glass for the deep pour. This is all set. These are going to give me out 10 cc each. So it'll give me 1-to-1 ratio, which is what the tabletop goes for. I don't need any more than that. And this is the easiest way to get a mix. I'm going to stir this for 6 minutes. All righty. All I got to do is apply it. Now you can see the pine cones. No bubbles.